Hello, what's up, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. So, the Saints Row reboot was released a couple months ago into mixed reviews, I must add. Depending on who you ask, the game is either pretty amazing or pretty awful. Some say it's the greatest thing since GTA 5, while others are only playing for the weird and wacky character customizations. Well, I've played over 20 hours of the game already, and still counting. So I'm going to be giving my own candid and honest opinion on how the new Saints Row game fares in relation to previous Saints Row titles, and other open world games in general. So, if you're a lover of video games or just a hitchhiker tagging along for the ride, fasten your seatbelt because we are on our way to Santo Ileso.
Man, this is really fucking good, Kev.
Thanks. I was worried I had.
First of all, I know a lot of people are going to be a little salty with what I'm about to say, but I actually enjoyed the game. I really did. Now, wait a minute. Before you grab your torches and pitchforks, hear me out for just a second, all right? I'm a huge fan of Saints Row. I've been a Saints Row fan since about 2006. I've played all the games in the franchise, and I've even played the god-awful Dinky Bowl DLC for Saints Row 3, and I gotta say, I love the direction they went with this one. It's got edge-of-your-seat action like the previous titles and fun, wisecracking characters to boot. I had a lot of fun mowing down wave upon waves of goons and weapons ranging from a missile launcher to a foam finger gun. And don't get me started with the combat skills you can unlock through the game's flow mechanic. These skills have an exciting way of freshening up an already tense gunfight. Say what you will, but stuffing a grenade down an enemy's pants and flinging him back to his comrades just so he can blow them all to kingdom come never gets old. What the new Saints Row game doesn't have, however, is zany, over-the-top superpowers and alien invasions like the more recent Saints Row games. This is a plus in my book. As much as super speed and telekinesis were fun for a time, after a while, it makes the game feel more like a mixture of Matrix Reloaded and the prototype games than the Saints Row we all know and love. So, in my opinion, this reboot was exactly what the franchise needed for its long-awaited comeback. One thing the new Saints Row does have in common with its predecessors is the insane customization options. Saints Row has always been open to allowing players become whoever they choose to be, and this one is no different. You can play as a poncho-wearing, handlebar mustachioed cowboy straight out of a Clint Eastwood flick, or you can play as a literal demon. The choice is yours. And with the eccentric Saints Row community churning out crazier and goofier character skins for you to import, it seems the fun is just getting started. Trust me, you've not lived until you've crashed a VTOL aircraft into an exploding gas station while dressed as Rick Sanchez. Another area where Saints Row shines is in its graphics. Volition really did a great job of creating a world that's not only immersive but also fun to play in. The fictional city of Santo Ileso, which was possibly modeled after Las Vegas, is chocked full of mind-blowing details and incredible vistas everywhere you look. It makes you want to hop in a car and drive around town just for the fun of it. I also really love the cutscenes in Saints Row. Some video game cutscenes really have a way of diffusing what would have otherwise been a high-octane action game. But Saints Row's goofy cutscenes are anything but. Its quirky dialogue delivered by the main character's ragtag team of lovable outlaws helped me stay invested in the game, even through some of the bland side quests. That being said, Saints Row still had a few areas where I felt the developers could have done better, and the missions are one of them. Sure, there are some really incredible missions in the game. The Observe and Report mission, where you get to jump from one exploding truck to the next while a sandstorm swept through, really felt like a quest right out of Mad Max movie, and I loved it. Still, lots of other missions, especially the Criminal Ventures side quests, were a little repetitive, even annoying, especially when you realize that you have to finish a good number of them to unlock the final arc of the game. The Lackluster quest issue also spills over to the activities you can perform in Santo Ileso. You can't ride a bike, play tennis, or access a lot of places in the world, which we have become accustomed to in most modern open world games. This didn't really hamper my gameplay experience, at least not as much as the bugs and glitches did. Being a massive open world game, bugs are expected, but some of them really have a way of ruining what would have otherwise been a really flawless and immersive experience. Glitchy mission markers, T-posing AIs, and game crashes are just a few of the pesky glitches you're to expect during your playthrough of this game. The most exasperating part of Saints Row's shortcomings was the in-game rewards you get for completing all the missions. I mean, I played my butt off all the way to the final quest and got all those shady businesses up and running, only to get what? A mission about building a skyscraper and then an $8 million Saints Tower as a reward. Like, what the heck? That's like spending all year working overtime without breaks only to get a thank you card and a firm pat on the back. It was a huge letdown. But the part that really grinds my gears is that the tower wasn't even explorable. All you get is a stupid landing pad in a cheesy Love Shack musical. At least make it possible for me to blow it up or something. Ultimately, none of these setbacks was a deal breaker for me though. The fun and absolute havoc I got to wreak more than made up for the few uninspiring sections of the game. Overall, 3 stars is what I think the game's worth, so 3 stars is what I'll give it. If you're a fan of spine-tingling action, magnificent open worlds, and the unhinged zaniness that only Saints Row can deliver, then this is the game for you. So what do you think about my review? Let me know what you think in the comments. We release awesome videos like this every week, so be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
With a little TLC. Technologically advanced weapons, loose morals, and a culture of conflict.